Let's go ahead and begin. We'll go ahead and start the questions. I'm going to give everyone the opportunity to unmute themselves. If you are driving or in a like kind of a situation where typing in the chat is easier for you, then go ahead and just use the actual the chat feature to ask your question. I'm going to go one by one. Please limit it to your top 2 questions. If you don't have any questions or they've already been answered, please just, let's move forward and just say, hey, don't have any other questions. It's already been answered. Thanks so much. We'll move on to the next individual. So with that, I'll go ahead and start with Mr. Price. Then I'll go to Mr. Brown, and then we'll go to Robert. Go ahead, Mr. Price.
Thank you very much. A quick question. So the membership fee, am I categorizing that right? Is that considered a membership fee? That
Yes, sir.
The gold, platinum, and diamond, that gives you access to the program, essentially. And is that fee, or is this membership revocable? Or is
revocable?
In other words, I pay $60K for the diamond, right? And I make some investments, and I'm happy with my investments, but then I change my mind, and I guess my question has to do with the risk of loss, and is this organization, is this going to last, right? I don't want to invest all this money and then in 3 years your organization doesn't exist anymore, and I'm looking for my money now. You understand that concern? I'm very much a novice when it comes to investing money, and so this is all very, it's scary, but all risk taking can be scary. But no risk, no reward. And so I guess my question is, do I have access?
What assurances do you have? What
Access to this trading. Does that have, like, let's say I pull all my money out in 4 months because I had something to come up. Can I come back and say, hey, I'm still a member of the diamond, I'm going to reinvest?
Yeah, exactly. Yes, sir. So how it works is you're going to get, once, if it's determined that you or anybody here is a good fit, you are going to have an onboarding call. That onboarding call is going to give you the ability to get access to the brokerage account where your different funds, where your different algorithms will be. When you get access to that brokerage account, that's your account. Right? Just like any other brokerage account or bank account that you've opened, you're putting your information, only you have access to that account. Okay. So the funds that you put in for the actual trading are only accessible to you. That means in 4 months, 6 months, 2 years, you want to pull part or all of your investment, you have the full ability to do so.
And then I don't have to, if I want to rejoin or do it again, I don't have to pay that membership fee again.
No, that's correct.
Okay. I think that was my only question. Thank you.
Excellent. Love it. 100%. All right. So Mr. Brown, then we have Robert, and then we have Kara. I'm going to come down. I see Doan. I will come down to you. You're about 5th on the list right now. So we'll go with Mr. Brown, then Robert, and then Kara.
So hello, Aaron. Randy here. So if you come in, let's say on the gold level, which is 24K, roughly 25,000, and then later I see things are working well, and I say, you know what, I want to bump up to the platinum. Is it the platinum? Is it just the difference in cost in that? From
simply that.
That's it. Huh? No problem with doing that.
No, sir. And in fact, because prices are subject to increase, then you will have access to the grandfather pricing of what you see here today.
Okay. I have one more question.
Sure.
Did I see on the previous screen where you showed the different levels, you guys have an event that you do for all your clients, but it looks like the diamond and platinum were not privy to those, even that event. Is that correct?
So the gold is not it does not get access to that. But the platinum and diamond, they do get access. And actually, let me go ahead and share my screen on some of the, because we are actually today we are announcing the event for this year, which will be in October. So we're going to, to have our current clients be, sent out that information for that event. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen on what it looks like and how we kind of do things around here. One quick moment.
And I knew this was an invitation. And I said I was going to take it. And I know that you're hesitant. But ultimately, I was in your same shoes.
You guys can hear it, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
This is not an infomercial. I have a family. I have 5 kids. I had said to Aaron before, it's like a family. It is a community. It is a community. But it really is
From the
like a
moment I took a
community.
chance until now, I have to say, I'm 100% totally impressed with ATN. I like the family values that I see that it brings to the table, and the passive income is starting to happen. And I can see a good future to play.
Every place here in my normal walk of life would never have met them. You will never get off of the fence unless you get off the fence. And I think that's the most important piece about it. If you were waiting to build a future or to have a team around you that sees your goals the way that you see them and wants to help you achieve them for no other reason than simply believing in them too. Everyone is sharing their knowledge and their wealth of knowledge to benefit everybody. I mean, so again, I raised my hand when he asked, how many would have never thought they would be in this position, before, and that's me for sure.
But the people behind all of this is what I cared about, the traders and the leadership and all that. So when you come to one of these, you get to meet these guys and realize this is legit. And these guys care about you. They care about your future. They care about your investment. And so I would highly recommend not only joining ATN, but I would highly recommend attending one of these events as well. So as you get to see the people, they get to put a face with the names. It's worth it.
So that's going to be again in Phoenix this coming up October. And, that's something that for those that are in our platinum or above levels will get access to. You're good. Okay, excellent. Perfect. So we've got Robert, Kara, and then we've got, I believe, is it Amon or Amon?
Yes,
Yeah.
amen.
Love it. All right. So we'll go with Robert first. You are muted, by the way.
So how long have you been in business, and is it going to last, or is it one of those? I know it's based on market, stock market, right, or whatever, Forex, a whole bunch of different trading platforms, correct? So what's the longevity of this group? Is it a one and done deal? Is it going to last for 5 years, 10 years, 20 years? I mean, we're close to our retirement age, and we don't want to do like a quick make money real quick type of deal. But I understand compounding interest and all that. You just have to set it and forget it, right? and hopefully
Yeah.
you make money. But and the second question is, what's your track record? I mean, what kind of, I see the numbers, but that other testimonials have, but how much money did they put in to make that kind of money?
Yeah, well, of course, it depends on what dividend you're referring to. So, of course, for those that have testimonials that are $30,000 and $40,000 a month, then of course they're putting in several $100,000. For those that are coming in at more modest returns, $5,000 to $10,000 a month, they're coming in pretty substantially lower than that. So the average investment, the average deposit into a investor's account is about $100,000. And so for that, you can kind of do the math based off of about a 4 or 5% monthly return. And how long do we see this lasting? So first, we've been in business for more than 3 years. We're extremely proud of the time that we've had, and we understand that you have to start somewhere. We have a very well-versed team, with each team having more than 10 years of experience to be able to continue to deliver these results. And so for us, we're thinking decades, not days. We're thinking much more than you know, a year from now or 5 years from now. We're thinking more so to the end of what you mentioned, which is 20 plus, 30 plus years from now. And the way that we're doing that is by continuing to secure the most profitable traders in the world, and also adding different asset classes in order to continue to meet the needs of our clients and their appetites.
And what would you say would be the bare bone minimum in order to get, you know, something out of this to invest, you know, above the, you know, membership fees?
Well, the minimum that you need to fund your account with is $4,000, but you know,
Okay.
it depends on your goal, right? And so at the end of this call, I'll provide the opportunity to for those who are maybe looking to ask more specific and defined questions based off of your circumstance, then I'll provide an opportunity to where we can have a one-on-one and go deeper into your expectations, the goals that you and your wife have, and things of that nature.
Okay.
Love it. Perfect. All right, we'll go to Kara, and then we'll go to Eamon, and then we've got M Davis.
Hi, I'm Cara. Nice to meet you.
Hi, Kara.
Just heard about this recently. I had a nice chat with Jared. Uh, I'm a person that's mostly done things like teaching and environmental work and activism. So I've never made a big income, but I have some money squirreled away, and I have some inheritance from my dad, and I did pretty well within Vanguard. But I don't have a great income still, caregiving and teaching. I'm patching it together. I'm 64. So I'm looking to grow my money without too much risk. So my question is, what happened? Like this past spring, I felt shit was going to come down. So I took my money out of stocks and put it in money market and gold and silver stuff. And then it did get weird. It's been so volatile. How does your team and the AI portion of this respond to like the crap that just happened and might be happening again? This is such a volatile market with Trump in power, sadly, and the tariffs and all this stuff. How do you guys respond? Do you pull out? Do you stop for a while until it calms down, or what happens really with this kind of weird shit which is really unprecedented in your lifetime?
You're absolutely right. And how that works in this market, fortunately, we're more so focused on the global market than the national market. So the stock market averages around $600 billion per day in trade volume, whereas the foreign exchange market averages about $6 trillion per day in exchange volume. And so it's a big difference, right? Because you're working with the world currency. You're not just thinking about the United States. It could be the euro and the New Zealand dollar, the Australian dollar and the Great Britain pound. It could be what have you. So it's not just solely concerned about the United States. And so depending on the trades that you're in, you may very well not even be affected by what's happening in the United States, which is exactly why this is something that does have historically better returns than the stock market itself. There's more chances for profits.
Oh, that's cool. Well, all those countries you mentioned, none of them are in the BRICS community. What's happening? Are you guys going to be considering BRICS currencies or not?
Not so much. Those are not. So, you know, Brazil, Russia, Saudi Arabia, China. Yeah, I'm just for the purpose of everybody on the call. You know, those are less the popular pairs to work with. You usually want to work with, you know, again, some of the ones that I've mentioned: Canadian dollar, New Zealand, Australian, Great Britain pound, the euro. Those are the US dollar. Those are the more popular pairs. And the BRICS pairs, those are not really a part of the strategies that we employ.
I just thought that those are up and coming economies. Like they really are up and coming. So I guess I'm a little surprised because it seems like, you know, I mean, China's really rocking it.
Yeah,
Pretty soon
everything
more stable than we are, you know.
Yeah, everything is not like one-to-one or linear. And so that's why a big part of being in the foreign exchange market, you do pay attention to geopolitical news. News happens every week. And so you just pay attention to it. It's not as linear or black and white as you think. Otherwise, everybody would be a
Yeah.
profitable trader, and there wouldn't be a need for successful traders to deliver.
Well, thanks. Thanks for answering my questions. I appreciate it. It's nice to meet you.
Great to meet you as well. All right. So we've got Eamon, we've got Mr. Davis, and then we've got D. Owen or Dowen.
Hey, thanks, Aaron. Um,
So hopefully you're withdrawing at a slower pace and not
Yeah.
taking capital short-term capital gains.
awesome. Awesome. And then, so kind of a question for you personally. Like you've been doing this for a while. You have, obviously much more experience than any of us here. What would Aaron tell Aaron, 3, 4, 5 years ago, kind of knowing, you talk to all these people day in, day out. What would you say to someone who's getting in now, knowing what you've seen and what you've learned? Do you start at a certain point? I mean, what thoughts would you have?
Yeah, a great question. And it all depends based off of circumstances. It all depends on what your financial circumstances look like. So if you're like Robert and his wife and you're almost at retirement age, then you probably want to take let's say a more conservative approach of maybe 10% of your liquid capital to get things started, versus if you're someone that is closer to my age, which is 34, perhaps you are a little bit more aggressive in a sense where you're putting 20+% into some of your strategies that we do have. This is an alternative investment opportunity. Alternative investment meaning you want a sliver, or ideally, right, if you want some exposure to outsized growth, right, not the 10+% that comes with the traditional market. You want to have, in my opinion, exposure to outsized returns. And so whether that alternative investment makes up 10% of your portfolio or 20 or 30, whatever it is, that's based on age, goals, income, a lot of different factors that I would, consider before specifically answering that. But I would imagine that, you can kind of gain some things based off of that response.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks,
Yeah.
Aaron.
100%. Love it. All right. We got Mr. Davis, and then we got Mr. Owen, and then we got Calvin.
Hey, everybody. I'm Mike. That's M and the Davis.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at this because I have all my other asset classes covered. And so this is an asset class that I don't have in my portfolio, which I believe would run and be the buffer when things aren't going well in other areas. And if I understand this correctly, this is just the futures on the Forex, the foreign exchange, where we're betting whether the exchange rates go down or up. The traders are betting either way they can make money. So it doesn't have to be that a currency is doing well. It can be that a currency is doing poorly, and they're betting on that. So this is about currencies. Did I state it correctly?
You're 100% correct.
Okay, cool. So it has nothing to do with stocks and bonds and anything like that. So it's a different asset class. And these
100%.
traders, what do they typically have as a minimum for a client when you go direct to them?
Yeah, so 4,000 is the minimum to like kind of get your account up and running.
No, I mean, if I was to go to a Forex trader of this magnitude, would I need $5 or $10 million to access them directly?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, so
Well,
high net worth starts at 5. So great guess. Exactly.
Okay. So you basically aggregated people together. You're putting an umbrella over us, and you're running the software to keep us one big account in their eyes, but we all have our own individual accounts within that keeps count of everything and lets us do our own thing.
You're onto it.
Cool.
That's
Well,
essentially it.
I've
That's
done
what
this
a
in other-
PAM structure is. Yes. Go ahead. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
okay. But I've done this in other areas, and so I'm really intrigued by this. I like your the aura I'm getting from you. And it's exactly what I was looking for, but I don't have the assets to get to these folks that you've got. And my last question, I'm sorry if I'm taking up too much time. But these traders that you have, you're picking them and they're agreeing to work with you. How do you that longevity of that relationship is really what we're hoping for, is
Yeah,
that you're able to keep this arrangement together with these traders, and you have different teams of traders. Is that what I heard?
that's correct.
Okay. How do we pick, or how do you pick, or allow us to access those folks? Do we just give our risk tolerance and you help,
Yeah.
you just assign us?
Yeah, so what you get, so as I was mentioning to Mr. White, Mr. Price, where it was, when you do get your onboarding call, you're going to get access to, depending on which package you choose, you'll have, the different algorithms for each of those options, and they're going to show all the strategies, the risk tolerance, the performance, all of the different factors for each of them. And then from there, you'll be able to pick your portfolio, the makeup of your portfolio on that call. And you can always rebalance and adjust and allocate accordingly.
This is a great idea. Sorry, everybody, for taking up too much time.
Hey, your words. It's been working
Yeah.
very, very well, and we're extremely excited about not only where we are, but where we're headed. And so I appreciate you understanding, the vision.
Would we be able to talk together? Do you have a community of investors with
Yeah.
direct access to one another?
So we do, and we allow for our platinum and diamond members to get access to that after each event. So we make sure that we coordinate accordingly. Oftentimes, what we see is our clients have specific needs, so we reach out to everybody in a platform and say, like, hey, does anyone have access to a business lawyer or this or that, and we kind of crowdsource that way and put you in contact with an individual in that regard.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Thank you.
Love it. 100%. All right. So we've got D. Owen, we've got Calvin. We have other tax accountants that are more versed in doing things based off of what did you deposit in the account, and then what and when did you withdraw from that account. So that would allow for you to take part in the more of the capital gains, the longer term capital gains as opposed to short term.
Okay, we're gonna get, it does take somebody dealing directly, but if you're making the trades, you would have to account for them. So the only way you couldn't. That being said, if ATN, if I'm taking my 100,000, put it in your account, and I say, I want this asset class, go after it. Is my money, while you do not have it in a direct Forex, is it backed up by any, whether it is commercial, private insurance, as far as ATN going bankrupt and the funds disappearing?
So there's two ways, there's two components to that. ATN itself has errors and omissions insurance, right? That's not to do with performance or any of those factors. Even SPIC insurance only protects you in the event that the brokerage goes bankrupt, not for performance, right? So there is no protection as far as performance is concerned.
You're on the right side of my question. We're not talking about performance is my risk.
Yeah, there we go.
You staying in business, what insurance covers the money
so
as far as your performance?
So that's the E&O insurance that our company does carry.
Okay.
So there's that.
You have a number on that?
The number on the E&O insurance?
Is it a per account or is it for the company itself?
It's for the company itself.
Okay, fair enough. No more needed. I appreciate it and thank you.
100%. Love it. All right, so we've got Calvin, we've got Peter, and then we've got David.
Oh, I don't have any questions. It's a pleasure meeting you, though.
Great to meet you as well, Calvin. All right, so we've got Peter, David, and then we've got Sean.
Hey there. I apologize I don't have a cam on my desktop PC here, but good to meet you.
Good to meet you as well.
Zoe was gracious enough to answer a lot of my questions already, but Maybe the one question I still have would be, do you have any plans to maybe expand the algorithms into additional asset classes? It's my understanding right now you're getting into cryptocurrency and gold, which
Yeah.
kind of piqued my interest because,
So gold,
yeah.
so gold or commodities is definitely the next one. Crypto is offered for our diamond, like that's a part of the package for any diamond client. But we do have gold, which is our commodities option. And so yes, commodities is the next piece for us to be focused on. And then from there, we're looking into futures, but it's foreign exchange, which is our bread and butter, crypto, which has been, experiencing, a bullish term right now. And then we have commodities, gold, that are like also have been introduced. The next one would be futures, we will say in the next 12 months.
Okay. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
100%. All right. So we've got David and we've got Sean.
Hello, this is David. I
Hi.
do have a question for you regarding where the funds are kept. Often in trading accounts, when you have someone trading for you, the funds remain in the brokerage account, your own personal brokerage account, or traded from there. In this case, are the funds moved into ATN's account prior to trading?
No. So let me be clear on that. Great question. It is the former of what you mentioned. All of the funds are in your specific, each individual's specific brokerage account. And the API allows for the PAM, which is the overall strategy to be able to trade, is able to connect in order to trade those funds. No one else has the ability to withdraw or deposit except for the account owner.
And then what brokerages do you use?
So we use a few different ones. We have Access Prime, we have Aux Securities, we use also TradeStation. So it depends on which strategies that you're going to go with.
Okay. So if I was, for example, if I was in Diamond, I could end up with any one of those brokerages, depending on what I want.
Yeah, or any combination of those brokerages, correct.
Right. So if I had, let's say, you said we could go in and pick our strategy once we're in Diamond, for example. We got, and okay, I want to be in this, I want to be in this group, or I want to be in that group, and there's 8 different groups.
Mhm.
So I might have some money with one brokerage and some money with another brokerage.
Correct.
Okay. Good to know. Then who does your crypto? Who do you do your crypto with?
Aux Securities is doing our crypto.
You do Ox? Okay. Yeah. I've
Great
already got
question.
an account there, so I'm all set.
There you go. Look at you. And that does cut down on the time of onboarding. So usually we say about a week, give or take. And it's mostly because of time to take to get your brokerage approved. But if you already have that, then that cuts it down, to about a day or two. So that's great.
All right. All right.
Love it.
That's all I had. Thank you.
Excellent. All right. So we've got Sean.
Thank you, Aaron. This has been incredible. Just 2 quick questions. One, and I did ask Zoe, who did my initial call, do you have like a third-party verification of your results, like through my FX book or FX Blue, that you could send?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. I'll have her take care of that.
Yeah, Sean. Sorry, I was just with another client. I did get your message. I'm just dealing with it now. Okay.
Awesome. Thank you, Zoe. I guess my more important question is, do you have the ability to trade within a self-directed IRA if we have self-directed IRA funds to use these within that setup? So
Specifically only self-directed IRA funds, yes.
okay, so that would streamline it so it could stay in that IRA and not have to be withdrawn. Okay, beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah, excellent question. 100%. All right. So thanks for all of your guys' questions. And I'm really happy that we were able to get all of them answered and addressed. Still do have a couple of more minutes. I want to ask if anybody has any additional questions.
Quick question. Tax on the gains or the original deposit?
You're taxed on the gains. That's correct.
On the gains.
That's the capital gains.
Okay. That makes sense. Thank you.
100%. Love it. All right. Other questions? All right, excellent. Well, this was great. I appreciate all of your time. Use the link, go ahead and save it on your desktop or what have you. Otherwise, you enjoy the rest of your day and we'll be talking really soon.